The world is holding its breath as Scrappy's condition takes a devastating and unexpected turn. Just when fans thought he was on the road to recovery, whispers from the hospital halls paint a much darker picture. Doctors, who once spoke of hope, now sound the alarm with grave concern. Medical experts close to the case are growing increasingly doubtful, and their latest update has left family, friends, and fans reeling. Could this truly be the moment no one was prepared for? Or is there still a glimmer of hope left in this heartbreaking battle? Stay tuned because what we've uncovered will leave you speechless. Only weeks ago, optimism surrounded Scrappy's fight. Doctors believed that with enough rest and care, he would overcome this challenge. But now, the atmosphere has shifted dramatically. Inside the hospital, the mood is somber. Medical professionals are no longer expressing optimism. Instead, hushed conversations between nurses and specialists suggest a grim reality. A reality that Scrappy's family is struggling to come to terms with. His mother, Mama D, once a pillar of strength, has been seen pacing the hospital hallways, her usual fiery demeanor replaced with visible worry. Her lips move in silent prayers, her face lined with exhaustion. Scrappy's wife, Bambi, has barely left his bedside. She grips his hand tightly, watching him, hoping for any sign that he's still fighting. But deep down, the fear is eating away at her. "I can't lose him," she was overheard whispering in a desperate voice. "Not like this." But amidst the sorrow, tensions have reached a boiling point. Mama D and Bambi, never known to have the smoothest relationship, have reportedly clashed multiple times over Scrappy's care. Witnesses claim that heated arguments have erupted right inside the hospital. Hospital staff have had to intervene as both women fight for control over decisions concerning Scrappy's treatment. "You need to let me do what's best for my son," Mama D allegedly snapped at Bambi during one confrontation. "And I'm his wife. You don't get to push me aside like I don't matter." Bambi fired back, her voice filled with anger and desperation. The argument was so intense that nurses had to remind them that Scrappy needed peace, not conflict. But in times of crisis, emotions run high, and neither woman seems willing to back down. Then, just when things couldn't get worse, a chilling update from Scrappy's lead doctor shook the entire family. An urgent meeting was called, and what was revealed in that room left everyone shattered. "The progress we were hoping for, it's not happening," the doctor stated grimly. "We're doing everything we can, but at this point, we need to be realistic." A suffocating silence filled the room. No one wanted to hear those words. "What are you saying?" Bambi's voice trembled. "He's not going to make it?" "We're not saying that just yet," the doctor clarified, carefully choosing his words. "But his body isn't responding the way we need it to. If things don't change soon, the outcome might not be what we were hoping for." Tears welled in Bambi's eyes, but she refused to break. She wasn't ready to give up on her husband. Mama D, on the other hand, looked like she had been hit with a ton of bricks. "There's still a chance, right?" she asked, grasping at any shred of hope. The doctor hesitated, and that hesitation alone spoke volumes. The family was now at a painful crossroads. Should they continue fighting, clinging to the smallest hope? Or should they prepare for the worst? "He's strong. He can pull through this," Bambi insisted. "I don't care what the doctors say. I'm not giving up on him." Mama D, however, wasn't as sure. Watching her son suffer was unbearable. "We have to be realistic," she whispered, almost as if saying the words out loud would make them real. "I don't want to see him in pain forever." Their relationship, already fragile, now seemed on the verge of breaking completely. Meanwhile, Scrappy's young stepson, Breland, had been shielded from much of the chaos. But even he sensed something was terribly wrong. "Is Daddy going to be okay?" he asked, his voice small and uncertain. Neither Bambi nor Mama D could bring themselves to answer because the truth was, no one knew. The hospital's tension-filled corridors suddenly erupted in chaos when Scrappy's condition took a shocking and unexpected turn. Alarms blared, doctors and nurses rushed in, and his body began convulsing. "No! What's happening?" Bambi cried out. The doctor's face darkened. He's crashing. Get the crash cart in here now. Panic erupted. Mama D fell to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. Bambi covered her mouth, her whole body shaking in terror. Seconds felt like an eternity as doctors worked frantically. Then, a flatline sound cut through the air. A scream ripped from Bambi's throat. No. Please, no. The doctors refused to give up. Charging to 200. Clear. Scrappy's body jolted. No response. Again. Clear. Another jolt. The beeping returned. His heart was still beating, but just barely. As the chaos settled, the doctor turned to the devastated family. He's alive, he confirmed. But we're running out of time. Bambi's legs almost gave out beneath her. What do we do? The doctor hesitated. There's one last option, but it's risky. An experimental procedure. A last-ditch effort to save his life. But the risks? Catastrophic. If we do this, there's a chance he won't survive the process, the doctor explained. But if we don't, his chances are even worse. For the first time in what felt like forever, Mama D and Bambi weren't fighting. They were just two women who loved Scrappy and were now faced with an impossible choice. We have to do it, Mama D finally whispered. Bambi nodded, tears streaming down her face. We don't have another choice. Scrappy was rushed into surgery. Hours dragged by like days. The media had already caught wind of the situation, and the internet was ablaze with speculation. Fans flooded social media with prayers and support, while rumors ran rampant. Then, after what felt like an eternity, the doctor finally emerged. The surgery was a success, he announced. A gasp rippled through the room. Oh my God, Bambi whispered, nearly collapsing in relief. Mama D covered her face, sobbing. Thank you, Lord. But the doctor's face darkened slightly. We're not in the clear yet. The next 24 hours are critical. As they entered Scrappy's room, the sight of him still unconscious, hooked up to machines, was devastating. But this time, there was hope. And then, so faint it was almost unreal, a voice. Y'all too loud. Bambi's head snapped up. Scrappy's eyelids fluttered. Mama D gasped. Tears poured down Bambi's face. Oh my God. Baby, you're awake. Despite the exhaustion, despite the pain, Scrappy managed the smallest, weakest grin. For the first time in forever, hope wasn't fading anymore. Scrappy's battle isn't over, but one thing is clear, he's not going down without a fight. What's next for him? Will this experience change his life forever? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on this story.